Hosts, welcome to week 3 of our group host video. This week, I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about two things that are super important. And I think you're going to like. Number one is multiplication, and the second is apprenticeship. Now, I want us to be thinking about multiplication now in our group. You may be saying, why are we talking about multiplication? Well, first of all, if you use the word split, it doesn't always have the best meaning, especially in terms of groups. Why? Because we think of a splitting headache or split ends. That's something I deal with. And so, we want to avoid using the word split and say we want to talk about multiplication because that's really what we read about in the Bible. That's kind of like kingdom math right there. What Jesus did was he invested the good news into some leaders and he developed them, and then they went on to make leaders, and then those leaders made leaders, and so on. And so that's why we talk about multiplication, and we want your group to multiply too. So how do you do that? Apprentices. We would love for you to have an I see in you conversation with somebody in your group, and then ask them and invite them to be an apprentice host or apprentice leader with you. Now, how does that look, and what does that look like? Well, I would say walk them through a process that we do here that you may have heard of at New Life, and that really is kind of a 5-step process, which is, first of all, you want to invite somebody, your apprentice, that you've identified and maybe they've said yes to. Invite them to watch you do it first. So it goes, I do, you watch, we talk. Then it goes, I do, you help, we talk. And then it goes, you do, I help, we talk. And then it goes, you do, I watch, we talk. The 5th step is them actually going out and picking out their own apprentice and inviting them into the process as well. And so we're not looking and believing that this is just going to happen overnight or even over just 5 weeks. This is something that's developed over time, but that's really kind of the steps in the process that we hope that you can experience in your group. And again, we're looking to multiply because we know that this message needs to go far beyond your group. We know that you're probably experiencing really, really great things in your group. As we lean into this series specifically, This is Jesus, I believe, our team believes, that this is going to change everyone's life who's involved in these groups. And so we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in your group. Would you have that I see in you conversation and pick out an apprentice host and begin to invest in them? And let's just see what God does in our community, in our neighborhoods, all across the Kitsap Peninsula and in your neighborhood. See you next week.